Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
Increased security measures started today at the Capitol building. Good evening, I'm Catherine Blaine. Thanks for joining us. Each year, more than 200,000 people visit the Ohio State House. Now visitors will have to pass through metal detectors and get their belongings inspected. Purses and bags are allowed, but backpacks are no longer permitted. The number of entryways has also been reduced, and each entrance is guarded by 3 state troopers. State House Director of Communications Luke Stedke says there has been talk about increased security for several years now. He says it is not a direct outcome of recent terrorist attacks.
Security is one of those things, at least here at the State House, there's no goal line. It's never going to be over. It's always a continued process of looking what's going on, best practices, not only in the state but nationally. I can't speak directly to that. I'm sure it's a wake-up call, but I don't know if it was specifically that event that got it going. I think it's just a continuation of a process.
Stedke has also said that there has not been any recent threats to the State House. And Ohioans can now officially hunt deer with guns. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources says deer gun season begins today and ends Sunday, December 6th. Hunters will get an extra 2 days to hunt deer on December 28th and 29th. There are restrictions for hunting in urban areas, even though deers are present throughout the state. And the American Red Cross is seeking nominations for local hometown heroes. For the past 7 years, locals have been nominated and recognized for their contributions by their community. This year's heroes categories include public safety, community, healthcare, senior, adult, youth, hero to pets, workplace, and group nominees. They can all be from around Athens, Gallia, Meigs, and Vinton County residents. The deadline to nominate is January 15th. Winners will be honored at a breakfast on February 23rd at the Athens Community Center. And 5 people are hospitalized after a multiple car accident on Route 33 near Nelsonville yesterday afternoon. Keith Durst of Gallup Police Ferry, West Virginia, was driving eastbound when his car struck a disabled car, following 3 other vehicles that collided with them. Durst was transported to Grant Medical Center with minor injuries. The 4 others were transported to Ohio Health O'Bleness Hospital in Athens with minor injuries as well. And the Appalachian Ohio Clean Watershed Initiative aims to improve water quality in the region's waterways. This movement is now coming to Ohio University. OU and Rural Action are teaming up to write grants for water quality improvement projects through the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA will provide funding for education programs and training workshop opportunities for watershed coordinators. Over the past decade, 47 miles of streams have been restored. A fire in Nelsonville is still under investigation, although no one was seriously injured in the mobile home fire off of 10 Spot Road yesterday. One firefighter was transported from the scene with an ankle injury. The owner of the property was not home at the time of the fire, and 2 dogs inside the home were also able to escape. Fire Chief Scott McManus, told WOUB that some personal belongings were salvaged, and he does not suspect arson in this case.
And we've been feeling some above average temperatures lately, and it looks like they're sticking around a little bit longer. Good evening and welcome to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Allison Gens. Right now in Athens, it's 47 degrees. We do have mostly cloudy skies out there and winds northeast at 4 miles per hour. Now looking around the region, temperatures are in the low to upper 40s, 42 in Newark, 46 in New Martinsville, as well as in Chillicothe, 47 in Jackson, and 48 in Ironton. Now looking overnight tonight, we do have some rain showers on the way, 48 degrees at 9 p.m., then dropping to 47, and the chance of showers increasing around midnight, then that chance of showers persisting around 3 a.m., 46 degrees for our temperature. So those temperatures are a little bit going down tonight, and then we have that rain rolling in, and I'll let you know if that rain is going to be affecting your morning tomorrow, coming up in my extended forecast.
All right, well, Allison, I sure look forward to hearing from you later on in our program. Thanks a lot. State officials say $2.3 billion are waiting to be claimed in Ohio. The Ohio Department of Commerce Division of Unclaimed Funds says unclaimed funds are money that may have been unused in bank checking or savings accounts or just plain forgotten. The department says Ohioans have received $34.4 million in unclaimed funds so far this fiscal year. The average claim is $2,100. Those who think they may have unclaimed funds can check the department's website or call the state agency at no charge to them. A former Ohio State University employee shot and killed himself in the campus art museum art gallery after vandalizing artwork. The university has not yet identified the man, but he last worked for the school in 2009. No one else was injured in the shooting, and police say there is no ongoing threat to the university community. The museum is closed until further notice as the investigation continues. And some good police work leads Kentucky officers to a convicted killer and kidnapping victim. It all started with a cell phone store worker who had a hunch that something just wasn't right. What happened next may have saved a woman's life. William Joy reports.
It all started at 9:30 Saturday with blue emergency lights.
This is an interesting case. It's a bizarre case.
Jeffersontown police say John McCleany pulled over a woman using illegal blue lights on his car before kidnapping her and tying her up.
She went through a very traumatic evening. And, I'm just really glad that she's still with us today.
According to police, McCleany then drove the victim here to this cricket store on Taylorsville Road where she worked and he used to work. He then went in the store, messed with the security camera, and stole a safe before driving off. Police came to the store and realized this burglary was similar to other recent crimes McCleany was arrested for.
We didn't know we had a kidnapped person. We thought we were just investigating a burglary.
They say McCleany drove around with the woman for hours before he sexually assaulted her.
She was extremely shaken.
Hours later, he came to his house in PRP, but police were waiting for him. He barricaded himself in the garage. While his fiancée begged him to surrender, the victim managed to escape.
Mr. McCleany is a violent person. I'm just glad that we were able to do some good police work and get to that house before he had a chance to kill her.
And then the police came in and told us to get out.
Brian Wright had to leave his house for the standoff that lasted 5 more hours, with McCleany threatening to kill himself and officers. The SWAT team finally used tear gas and arrested him.
And I'm a firm believer that this guy is more than just a burglar. I think he's a very vicious person.
We talked, we helped each other out on different things and never thought, anything bad.
Wright says he was shocked to hear McCleany's past. Chief Sanders says he hopes McCleany doesn't have a future.
I hope that they give this due diligence and they don't release this guy again.
Police were called to the cricket store after the store manager became suspicious when the alarm system was turned off. McCleany faces a long list of charges, including robbery, kidnapping, and impersonating a police officer. He spent more than 12 years in prison for manslaughter and the death of a 17-year-old girl. And coming up next, 120 world leaders are in Paris today to discuss climate change policy. We're talking to those inside the action. Plus, the first police officer to face trial in the death of Freddie Gray is in the Baltimore courtroom this morning. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
Decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station. My PBS station is part of my community. That's something I really value.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
Political and business leaders from around the world are in Paris today for a global climate summit. Among the voices calling for action on climate change, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. Gates is launching a multi-billion-dollar clean energy initiative at the summit. He tells CNN it's aimed at accelerating research, development, and investment in new technology that will cut carbon emissions, reducing global warming.
I'm very optimistic that because of the gigantic commitment we're getting from governments here today and these partners, that we will solve the problem, that we can get that premium down so the idea of a clean energy generation doesn't require the poor countries to slow down their development. They can go full speed ahead.
Gates' Breakthrough Energy Coalition will be backed by a group spanning more than 24 public and private entities. Backers include Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, Virgin's Richard Branson, and Alibaba's CEO Jack Ma. As President Obama and other world leaders meet in Paris for a climate change summit today, a Colorado teen has joined a group of young activists suing the Obama administration. The 15-year-old says it includes a bunch of kids telling the president he's not doing his job when it comes to fossil fuels. Listen to what she has to say.
We're calling out our government. We're calling out the people that are supposed to be representing us, representing the people, representing our voices, for their lack of action, the Obama administration for their lack of action. They have failed to adequately protect the climate for our generation and those to follow. They have immensely failed at that.
More than 20 young activists are joining scientist James Hansen in the lawsuit alleging President Obama's inaction over climate change. The fossil fuel industry is working to get the legal action dismissed. And the first police officer to face trial in the death of Freddie Gray is in a Baltimore courtroom this morning. Many are asking if an impartial jury can be seated in a city that already is torn apart over Gray's controversial death last April. His death in police custody set off a series of protests. Paulo Sandoval is in Baltimore with the story.
William Porter is back in court. He's the first of 6 Baltimore officers to face trial in the death of Freddie Gray. The 25-year-old man suffered a severe spinal injury in the back of a police van in April. Gray's death a week later sparked riots in the city and a wave of protests that swept the nation.
No justice! No peace!
Prosecutors charged the 6 officers last May, including Porter. The city of Baltimore approved a $6.4 million settlement for Gray's family in September.
The civil claims is completely unrelated to the criminal case the 6 officers currently face. The city's decision to settle the civil case should not be interpreted as passing any judgment on guilt or innocence of the officers.
Despite several requests from defense attorneys to move the trial to another jurisdiction, the cases will move forward in a Baltimore courtroom. Porter and his legal team will fight back against charges of involuntary manslaughter, second-degree assault, misconduct in office, and reckless endangerment. His case may also determine what path other defense teams will take, or if they too will remain in Baltimore. The remaining 5 defendants are scheduled for their day in court between now and March. There were a handful of protesters outside the courthouse Monday morning. However, one observer says with no cameras in the courtroom, public reaction might be more on the muted side.
And that changes the dynamic. We don't get a chance to follow along, and public has a chance to weigh in on every detail as they come out.
Reporting in Baltimore, I'm Paulo Sandoval.
Well, thanks. And now to South Africa. An official says a top appeals court is finalizing a decision on whether to send Oscar Pistorius back to prison. This decision would overturn a lower court's manslaughter conviction of finding the double amputee Olympian guilty of murdering girlfriend Reva Steenkamp. Pistorius was released from jail last month after serving a year in prison and is now under house arrest. No date for the ruling has been announced, but it is expected to be this week. And officials in Guatemala say 16 are dead after a fight broke out among inmates at an overcrowded prison, including 3 who were decapitated. Firefighters removed 16 bodies from the Canada Rehabilitation Farm prison Monday. Police and soldiers intervened to restore order at the prison after gunfire broke out. It is unclear how inmates got their hands on guns, and the fight is believed to be gang-related. And on Wall Street today, you can see here are some stocks of local interest. And here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Rain showers are on the way, as well as some warmer temperatures. I'll tell you what you can expect for your work week next on Newswatch.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
All right. I'm Carly Bell. Local high school basketball is in full swing. I'll have a look at what games Hardwood Heroes will be at tonight. Plus,
Good evening and welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Allison Gens. Right now in Athens, it's 47 degrees. Our wind is northeast at 4 miles per hour, and we do have mostly cloudy skies out there right now. Now looking around our region, temperatures are in the low to upper 40s, 42 in Newark, 44 in New Lexington, 47 in Marietta, and 49 in Ripley. Now, our almanac today showing we are right on for our average temperature. Our high was 48 degrees. We normally expect 49 this time of year. A little bit warmer for our low, though. 45 degrees was our low this morning. 31 is our average. Now, looking at our precipcast, there's a stationary front over our region right now, and that's going to move its way out. We're going to be replaced by a warm front, so it's going to bring us some rain showers tonight, and those rain showers are going to linger or continue into tomorrow, and as they continue to work their way through tomorrow and even into tomorrow night. So there are some rain showers moving in on their way, so make sure tomorrow as you're heading out, bring that raincoat, bring your umbrella, because the temperatures might be warmer, but there is still those rain showers going to affect you throughout the day and tomorrow night. Now, overnight tonight, temperatures a little still warmer in the 40s, 44 degrees in Cambridge, 46 in New Martinsville, 48 in Chillicothe and Jackson, and 45 in Newark. And then there is that rain showers likely throughout the night across the region. Tomorrow, temperatures warming up. You may even see some 60s, especially as you head south in the region. 60 for Ironton and Ripley, 57 degrees for New Lexington, Newark, and Columbus, 58 for Chillicothe. And then, like I said, those rain showers throughout the day for the region, mainly before the evening hours, might start to let up around 5 p.m., but there's still that chance lingering. So tonight, 46 degrees for our low. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the night. Those rain showers, like I said, mostly moving in after 11 p.m. Winds east 0 to 5 miles per hour. Now tomorrow, 59 degrees for our high, almost nearing 60 degrees here in Athens. Rain showers throughout the day, starting to possibly let up around the evening hours. Winds south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now looking at your extended forecast, you can see those temperatures are going to stay a little bit above average for a few days. We have 59 tomorrow with that chance of rain showers lingering into Wednesday, 50 degrees. They drop briefly for Thursday and Friday, but then back into the 50s again to start next week. So that is some unexpected warm temperatures to be feeling for December starting off tomorrow. So we're going to be feeling a little bit warmer and not quite winter-like as we should be expecting for right now. I'm sending over to Carly.
Thanks a lot, Allison. I'm Carly Bell here in sports. Local high school basketball is in full swing. I'll have a look at what games Hardwood Heroes will be at tonight. Plus, the women's basketball team finished up a Thanksgiving tournament and also made some history. I'll have that recap and more when Newswatch Sports takes over.
I decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station. My PBS station is part of my community. That's something I really value.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like we're having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. Welcome back. I'm Carly Bell here in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, high school basketball is in full swing. That also means Hardwood Heroes is back and better than ever. Athens will hope to bounce back after falling to Warren in a game where the Lady Bulldogs had more turnovers than they did points. The loss of key playmakers from a season ago like Dominique Dosick has been more than noticeable thus far. Now in Alexander, the Lady Spartans behind second year coach Corey McKnight, they're certainly contenders to win a TVC Ohio title this season. After a 9-point victory over Warren in their season opener, Alex will look to make it 2 in a row as they host the Jackson Iron Ladies tonight. And the one and only Trimble Lady Tomcats will look to get above 500 on the season and a matchup against Waterford, who's ranked preseason second in the state. The Lady Tomcats will hear the cheers of the home crowd for the first time all season out in Gloucester. Now, the Ohio volleyball team opened up the 2015 NCAA tournament on Friday when they battle the nationally 13th ranked BYU Cougars. The Cats are making their 10th appearance in the tournament and their first since 2013. Ohio will look to improve on their 5-9 overall record in the tournament and keep momentum rolling after winning their 9th MAC title. The showdown between the Cougars and the Bobcats is set for 9 p.m. in Provo, Utah. Now, field hockey senior Adele Salmons has been selected as a 2015 National Field Hockey Coaches Association Division I Second Team All-West Region honoree. Salmons becomes the first Bobcat to be honored as an all-region selection since senior Luli Gomez-Terrell in 2013. In 18 matches this season, she led Ohio with a career-high 29 points and 11 assists. She ranked second on the team with 9 goals. Salmons finished her career with 19 assists and 16 goals. Let's go back to the court. Ohio women's basketball fell short to Vanderbilt this weekend, 62-59 on Saturday in the Vanderbilt Thanksgiving tournament. Kiana Black, though, she did drop 25 points on the Commodores, but this is the second time this season Black has had more than 20 points in her 5th game in double figures. The loss on Saturday came after the Cats defeated the Indiana Hoosiers on Friday. This was the Bobcats' first win against a Big Ten opponent for the first time since 1994 when Ohio defeated the Michigan Wolverines. The Cats' next matchup is Thursday at 11 a.m. in the Convo against Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, or IPFW. Let's head up to the NFL. The Bengals were coming off a 2-game losing streak after an impressive 8-0 start, and they got back to their winning ways when they beat the St. Louis Rams 31-7. Andy Dalton had 3 touchdowns and racked up 233 yards. The defense had 3 interceptions, including a pick 6 from Leon Hall. The Bengals get back to work next Sunday when they take on the Cleveland Browns in the Battle for Ohio Round 2. The Rams, they'll try to figure out how to salvage the rest of their season when they host the Arizona Cardinals next Sunday in St. Louis. Now, speaking of the Browns, it's Monday, so why not talk Monday Night Football? They host the 3-7 Baltimore Ravens tonight in Cleveland. Both teams are dealing with a lot of injuries and drama both on and off the field. The Ravens will have veteran Matt Schaub under center because of Joe Flacco's torn ACL, and he is out for the rest of the season. Johnny Manziel was demoted to 3rd string after a video of him in a Texas nightclub holding a bottle of champagne was released. So Josh McCown, he'll be back under center. Cleveland will look to snap their 5-game losing streak that dates back all the way to October 11th. Kickoff is set for 8:30 tonight on ESPN. Also in football, we had a great historic win for the Chicago Bears, beating the Green Bay Packers in an upset win. This was also Jay Cutler's first win. Let's start over to my fellow Chicagoan, Catherine. How you doing?
Hey, it's always a good day when the Bears can pull one out against the Packers. But Carly, here's a really good story. Forget about playing with this food. This tiger has befriended his food. Amur the tiger and Timur the goat now live in the same cage at the Russian Safari Park. Amur usually dines on goats, but Timur was decidedly braver than his predecessors. Apparently, the goat's bravery earned respect from the tigers, and the 2 animals now sleep and play together. So now let's go over to Allison Gens with a look at our final weather.
Well, thanks, Catherine. And, they were in some snow there for those tigers and goats, but we don't have any snow on the way for our forecast, but we do have some rain. So rain showers moving in tonight with a low around 46 degrees. Tomorrow, warming up, 59 degrees for our high, with those showers continuing throughout the day. Winds south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, looking at your extended forecast, a little bit warmer for Wednesday, 50 degrees, but then it drops to the 40s for Thursday with 45 degrees for our high, but then temperatures go back up again for Friday with some sunny skies, 49 degrees, then returning to 50s for the weekend. So we do have some warmer temperatures on the way. Definitely definitely unexpected for this time of year. Now I'm going to send it over to Catherine.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Allison. Looks like we'll have a pretty clear weekend, and that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Catherine Blaine. Stay tuned to the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime you need at WOUB.org. And as always, have a great night.